Okay, it's Brent from PathandTarot. I'm up here this time, and we're doing a conclusion of the second session of the Pathand Psychic Suite, where we do card guessing. We play Beat the Devil as well. An interesting solo card game that I don't know. It seems to do something to intuition, and then there's some tarot readings. So we're going to be looking at just the Beat the Devil um, results here, and just talking about them. What I find with Beat the Devil is it does something to your ability to do card guessing, because with card guessing historically, what they tried to do is to remove as much sensory leak as possible, meaning that something from the test method of the cards, anything, somehow allows the subject to gain an advantage and get more correct answers. So like an example of like say like a nick in the back of the cards or something like that. That could be an example of sensory leak, or somehow the subject can see the cards and they can infer things that way. So one thing that's a part of Beat the Devil is that you can keep track of the cards to help improve your odds of winning, so that when you get a situation where you've got two pairs, if you've been keeping track, you can know, okay, well, one pair has no chance of getting a four of a kind or three of a kind, so I'm going to try do this or that. So that's one thing that really helps improve the odds. And oddly enough, in the last few games, we did see matches like that. So Beat the Devil, it's encouraged to do that type of activity, but it's not exactly encouraged to do that when you deal with card guessing. So card guessing gets treated in a little bit different way, but the odds seem to be quite similar. With 56 cards using 10 piles, you can win about 20% of the time. What I've done here is I've recorded the last session's results, so I've called it historic results, because that's my personal history, but that's from session one. So we ended up winning about 20% of the 5 matches. So we won 1, lost 4, so that gave us about 20%. And then what I did is I kept track of the historic results. So I kept adding on to them with the sessions results at the top. So we can actually see a difference between those two results and how we worked out at the end. So the first round we were on the 25th. This was the time for it here, and we didn't win that round. The next one is 2 days later, so I tried to do it with a few days in between. I didn't win again that round, so I lost. So my odds kind of dropped from about 20% to about down to 14. So it's interesting to see how the odds were changing as we went through it. That's what I don't know if I talked about it last time, but that's what I found that interesting. I could keep track of these odds as we're going. So the next one, we were on the 29th. We did actually, we won. We got a win for that session, so that bumped us up to about 33%. But then for our historic results, we were only at about 25%, which is still pretty good. In terms of looking at what the base average is, we were kind of slightly above that. So that's pretty good. And then from there, we just kept doing really, really well. We got another win in the next session, again 2 days later on the 31st of May. And so that moves us up to about 50% win possibility, or the percentage to win. In total, that improved our historic results, moving it up to 33%, right? So that's including if we kept track of the last session. And then we move to the final results here. We won again, so we got 3 wins, 2 losses, and so we're at about a 60% win rate. So I was doing really, really good. It seems like I was very dialed into like the mental skills required to play Beat the Devil, because it's really just dealing with matches. A lot of it comes down to luck, but there is those situations where you've got multiple pairs, right? So the ability to be sharp mentally and to be able to keep track of the cards really helps. And in the end, we were up to about 40% with the win rate there, if we considered the previous session as well. So that's not bad. So we can say that in our next session, we did really, really well. In a way, for the historic results, we were almost doubling the potential to win. But the session as a whole we did really, like 60% of the time we won those rounds. So we did really, really good. So that was a pretty interesting thing to look at. So I'll see you in the next video to talk about the card guessing. Okay, bye.